Hello, dear friend. I wanted to get on today and again jump into some energy and see kind of what we're all feeling collectively together. And at this time, as we look at the now moment, it looks as though in that highest sense and even in practical terms, you're attaining mastery of something really important. You're attaining mastery of, well, actually, let's dive in. Let's actually see what it is that you're really attaining mastery in. Okay? So that's the now energy. That's the potential for all of us. Everything is actually about working well with others and each other and creating something really beautiful as we move from the cycle of just of inspiration to manifestation. So we're actually creating. And as I opened up the reading, even before I turned on the camera, the first card that came up was doubt, and then right after that, faith, go going right there with trust right next to it, and basically saying that it's time to let go of the doubt and stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting the fact that you can make the right decisions for yourself. You are guided and protected. And just take a moment to ask yourself, what is it your heart actually wants? So let's have a look right now at the cards and see how we can move this cycle of attaining mastery. What is it exactly that we're refining? Let's have a look at the mind. The mind is, okay. So in the mind, we are practicing holding a really uplifted point of view. Now, as a concept, that might seem pretty easy, but from a day-to-day standpoint of life, it can actually be quite challenging to be always optimistic. And in fact, some people might even say, hey, you're not even seeing life the way it really is if you're always just being positive. And yet, as we look at the greater energy, what's really actually working through all of us at this time, individually and as a collective, is that we are attaining mastery of ourselves. And that includes the mind. And the mind has to be still, and the mind has to be reflective of a much more optimistic and positive viewpoint of the future. We have to all start feeling like our individual lives are important, they matter, and that envisioning them in a positive way is the fuel to actually create that in your world. So we're still learning that we create our own reality. We're still all coming to terms with that. So let's see now what the heart has to do. Okay, this one really jumped out. Again, the heart has to let go of that old habit of being stuck in what the mental state created. See all the swords? That represents the mental state, and that is us in that lowered state where we are still in depression, where we're still in sadness, and we're ruminating in those emotions. We're angry at our circumstances. We're angry at what's going on. And we're being invited in the heart to come up out of those emotions and into the rainbow of positivity, which again, when we look back at the mind, what it basically said is, yeah, we have to practice a much more positive point of view. It's really up to us to start thinking differently about our own circumstances, to create success in our life in that way, because we are adamant that good things are happening for us and everything is really, really working out for us, no matter what it looks like. And now, as we look at the physical level, so what do we have to see in the physical world? We see the staircase of positivity again, looking up to a much more positive point of view. This actually says, keep things light, see things lightly. So in your own life, whatever it is that you are, whatever it is that right now that's bothering you, see that as well in a light way. Understand that everything is working out for you, in your favor, because you are divinely guided and protected and supported. And these words have to be more than just mere words, they have to feel like your truth. So let's see what God wants to add to the conversation. Look at that nice figure eight. The infinite symbol of God's love and infinite nature present in you all the time. And also the movement of your own energy as your point of center. This is you right in the center. There's all the energy that you see in front of you. There's everything behind you. So there's your past and there's your perceived future. Perceived future, because what you're doing is you're clearing the patterns of the past, so that what the energy, the frequency, the pictures, the filters that are in front of your eyes, so to speak, as you play out from your unconscious mind, can actually create a brand new future that then you carry forward as you move along your timeline. And well, believe you're so unimportant when all the while you are helping to co-create the reality we're all experiencing. So God is saying at this time to really step into that beautiful self, to feel the empowerment of your own moment of evolution, the very fact that you are evolving as a human being, as a person, as a friend, as a, a sister, a brother, whatever the roles you are that you take on, you're becoming better and better at them. So it's a beautiful message, a reminder from God to, again, take a lighthearted approach to everything that's happening for you, to really believe. And this is the practice. And we're attaining mastery. And when we say attaining mastery of the self, that must include your point of view, the way you think, the way your mind thinks. So indeed, that's exactly what we're doing. We're having to hold the point of view. I'm healthy, I'm happy, everything's working out for me, I'm guided, I'm protected, I'm loved, I'm seen, I'm heard, I'm understood. These simple sentences, it doesn't have to be more complicated than that, but use them. Use constant speech repetitions, which means repeat, repeat, repeat until you finally accept it in your mind, until it becomes your truth. Because it took you a little while to come down into that place of non-believing and feeling hurt so deeply in your heart. And it's going to take you a little while, but that's okay, to remind yourself through positive means that you are safe, that you are guided, that you're protected, that things really are working out for you until it feels like something to you. So continue to see things lightly. You've got God at your side in all ways. Okay? Take a breath. Let's have a quick look right now at like what's coming. Again, not a prediction of the future, but simply like what do we have to look for as we look to that, okay, not so distant, but here it comes kind of, future that is coming because of what we've been thinking. So it's really interesting, okay, guys, because, okay, you've got this card here, which represents the ego, the feeling of being trapped, the feeling that things are not working out for you, like whatever you would consider the devil card to be, but put that backwards, lived. It means that you are in a state of being where you're not truly living to your full potential because you feel trapped. You feel like you're creating your own. Well, that's the thing. You don't realize you're creating your own entrapped feeling because you're also sitting in this sort of Cinderella syndrome. Okay? Now, Cinderella syndrome means that you feel like everything's happening to you and you're a victim of your life. But even she, in that story, eventually breaks through that feeling. Okay? But the whole practice here is to become your own fairy godmother and to hold that much higher intention for a longer period of time until you finally begin to believe it, and then you begin to hold that thought yourself. Okay? And this card represents a younger kind of energy, which is saying that, look, this is a new experience for you. This is a new experience for all of us. So take your time. Let yourself sort of off the hook. You're going to get there. This is a natural evolution. Eventually, you're going to have hold of your thoughts. See, the sword represents the thoughts, and the young, beautiful little owlette here, little owl, she's holding on to that sword with dignity, balance. You see, she understands that she can't hold too tightly of her thoughts because they can be sharp. She no longer wants to cut herself in any way, in any shape or form. She no longer wants to hurt herself in any way through her own thinking. So she's an energy here. This is an energy of a kind of clear communication with yourself where you have finally accepted your inner knowing that yes, you are guided and protected. See that rainbow here? And you see, wherever we have that more optimistic up, kind of looking up kind of point of view, we've got this color that pops in and into view, and that keeps us also into that feeling, like reminds us, okay, what it is that we're trying to feel here? Ah, yes, something a little bit more uplifted, something a little bit more positive. What can I say about myself right now that's more positive than what I was thinking? Oh, I'm good, I'm kind, I'm guided and protected, I am seen, I am heard, I am understood, I am guided and protected, and things are always working out for me. You see? Again, we step into that constant speech repetition because this is how we're coming out of our fears and into the bliss that we truly are still a little bit afraid of. And it's so funny that when I pick your card for like what is the thing I'm actually afraid of, and it's this really positive, super positive card. So somewhere in there, you are afraid to actually try the more positive way. It's almost as though you feel and think that if you get too happy and then it goes away, you might not be able to bear it. So you'd much rather be miserable, at least to whatever level that you're feeling that way. And that's, again, this is a personal choice, and no one's ever going to force you to do anything at all. You are such a free being that you can choose to feel whatever you want to feel. But please understand, the entire platform of evolution of human life or everyday life is changing. And the frequency, the tone is becoming more and more loving. So in actuality, it feels better for you to feel more optimistic and to feel more like things are working out for you. And it's actually far more natural for you to feel that, because your innate wisdom, your inner wisdom is so innate within you. It is such a part of you that you can't help but actually move to that level of success. And this card is all about succeeding and like the Midas touch and winning. And this card is all about that beautiful, like the patience, the wisdom, the knowing that comes from the self when the self knows what's best, and it's moved past the pattern of doubting itself. And you really can't help yourself. You are moving in such a positive way that no matter which direction we look, it's gonna happen for you, and it's gonna exceed your expectations, whatever it is that it is for you. But you are building this inner wisdom. You are learning to see a bigger picture. You are beginning to really walk your own talk and to live from a place of mysticism and inner divinity that is private and yet so deeply meaningful and growing within you. And you can't help what you're becoming. This is the natural evolution of who you are, but you can speed it up. You can make it more comfortable by practicing what you need to practice, which is your point of view, remembering you're attaining something here. And even if you were climbing a mountain, there'd be some efforting as you made your way all the way to the peak. And that's all that's happening here, is that you are just simply reminding yourself over and over that you are happy, healthy, that things are good for you, that you are guided, that you're protected, that everything is working out for you, that you really are loved, and that you are love. And just let that new feeling take you forward, because where you're heading is assured, but in a beautiful way, it is unknown to you, and that is perhaps the biggest gift. And all you have to do right now is trust yourself, have faith in what you're feeling and what you know about yourself, and let the world beautifully reflect to you all the beauty you already know and are, and let yourself flow to a life that is deeply satisfying for you. We love you so much. At any time you'd like a reading and release with Danny and I, we're right here. Just reach out. The messenger people, the messenger thing is always us on the other side. So the people are always us. We love you. Bye for now.